Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WPC Ace Dota 2 League. We've got LGD Gaming versus Tongfu. It's game number 3 here tonight in this best of 5 series. Once again, thank you for joining us. My name is Moth, and with me this evening is my co-caster, Rebrews. How are you, Ryu?
I'm good. 2 games down, 3 more to go. You're gonna need some coffee if that's the case, actually.
Yeah, it is. It's getting a little late here, and by late I mean early. Sunday morning here, of course, 6 o'clock Eastern time. For those of you staying late up with us, of course, in America and North America, and it's really just been so far a great series. But I gotta say, LGD Gaming has just been on another level right now, Ryu.
Yes, they really have. Last game, the first game, it was their support, and then the last game, it was their mid plus carry doing excellent job. So, all around, great effort by the team.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I think did a really excellent job. I mean, like, you talk about just a lot of damage coming out very quickly, just nukes upon nukes, and Yao brought pretty much all of that with him and more with the Life Stealer, which is actually picked up by Tongfu this time around, and it's first picked. And I generally would be okay with the Life Stealer first pick, but I feel like they're picking this because they don't want LGD Gaming to have it early on, and I really don't think that's maybe maybe that's the best idea for them. Maybe they need to try to do something a little bit out of the ordinary. I don't know if Life Stealer is going to be the answer for them. So
yeah, I don't think Life Stealer is going to be the answer for them, but they're gonna try. They're gonna try to do it, and we'll see what LGD are gonna try to counter it, because I think there's a lot of ways to counter Life Stealer. Like, you have, obviously, people think like Razor. The Alchemist is really good, but he's obviously banned all the time.
Yeah.
And Bristleback doesn't do that bad either. So
Bristleback is banned, however, sadly. Yeah. Another one that is, it bites the dust, as they say. As LGD Gaming, they've got their 2 picks ready to go, and it could be another, like we saw in the first game, Rubik Clockwork, because they are available. And the problem is, though, with the Clockwork, if you put them in the cogs of the Life Stealer kind of just turns around and like eats you and kills you, and so it's not necessarily the best pickup. They're going to go for the Rubik first, which is certainly not a bad choice, really, ever. It's a very good hero, even without any really good spells to steal, excuse me. So I think LGD Gaming, they have a good start to their draft already, just with that Rubik, and we saw, great play coming out from DD with that in Game 1. So, do they go for the Clockwork here? It looks like they do. Interesting.
Tongfu's turn.
Alright, was it the first game or the second game that LGD did this?
First game.
Alright, good. This is reminiscing of yesterday. I'm seeing deja vu again. They did this same exact draft for 4 games now, for 2 different teams. So, and it's worked out like all 3 times, and maybe possibly the 4th. Clockwork doesn't shut. Oh, Storm Spirit. Nice. I love that hero. Hero should be played a lot more.
Doesn't Clockwork do well against the Storm Spirit though? Maybe
in mid lane.
Yeah.
Yes, Clockwork can get an easy kill on Storm after he burns mana, and if he catches out the Storm, playing aggressive with Remnants, but it's kind of vice versa too if the Clockwork plays too aggressive. But the Clockwork normally is going to be the off lane. Otherwise, like, they do have like you said, they have Rubik Lift and Clockwork Hood on the Storm Spirit if he zips in. So, but they have the Doom. They're going so fast through these drafts. I can't even
keep up. No, I feel you. I understand. And like, the Doom is good against the Storm Spirit. That's like a huge pickup for them here. And it's worked, and I think they've had it in both games now. So LGD with that Doom, they won it again, and might bring them a 3rd straight victory here. So Tongfu will have to see what they want to do with their picks. And this is, like you said, quite a fast draft so far.
Yeah, the Doom, it's countered the Slark twice now, and then it's going to counter the Storm and the Life Stealer. More so for the Storm Spirit. And they're probably going to be looking for another hero. Actually, they probably put the Doom middle and the Clockwork off lane, so they're probably going to want another support and a carry then for LGD. And they need some supports now for Tongfu. See, what do they have?
Not a lot left.
Chen and well, there's Enchantress.
Yeah.
Enchantress is okay, but not really against... well, Enchantress is always good. Let's see. There's Crystal Maiden. Not really good against Clockwork. Kind of feeds. I guess Bane's kind of good. Vayne's good, really. Vayne's really good against Lifestealer too. So both teams could pick it up.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I think we don't see enough of him, honestly.
I think it's a really good hero. As long as you just have the other hero as a kind of a jungling hero, I think Vayne can really work out. Or if you have like Vayne bottom or...
What do you think about another Disruptor pickup against the Storm Spirit?
It could work. You could even get the Disruptor for like the Lifestealer too, because if you doom him, then like we saw, you could still get trapped in the kinetic fields, and you can get trapped in the cogs, and you can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could hook in and cog as the Disruptor uses his ulti. So, and the Disruptor's ulti is like a really long cast range, it's like 1,000 range or something. So you could always catch the Lifestealer like that too.
Yeah.
You don't even need the kinetic field.
I think that
So it actually is really good.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if they're going to go for it again.
Yeah, they have the Shadow Demon now, which is actually a really good counter to the Disruptor. But it does pull him back, right?
It should. I'm not sure on how the interactions work, but...
I think it pulls him back still, though.
Either way, they're going to go for the Weaver round, which means that's the carry that you were talking about that they needed to pick up for LGD Gaming. For Tongfu, that's the Shadow Demon. It's a good standby. I think it's really it's the hero that has seen a lot of play throughout the years as Dota has moved on and into Dota 2 as well. He saw a lot of play around TI2 that time as a support. Really good stuff there. He kind of fell out of favor around TI3 as other supports had roamed through and done a better job. He was kind of that hero that you did combos with. And Soul Catcher, I think, is one of the better abilities in the game in terms of just the amplifying of the damage if you can get it off correctly. So, plus Shadow Demon is also a good counter to Lifestealer because Demonic Purge goes through that rage, so they won't have that for LGD Gaming. Not that they might have wanted that in the first place. Still, though, Reserve Time is going to go for Tongfu. They're going to go for Alina, and it's this combo that we've seen before, like I talked about. You want to combo things up with a Shadow Demon. Why not pick the Alina, go for the Light Strike Array, get some damage in there as well. So, and with the Laguna Blade, that's kind of scary to deal with on top of that. So,
yeah, they have a lot of burst damage coming out now because of the Lina, so they can blow up. They could blow up any of the heroes if they get disrupted and picked off by the Lina stun and burst. So that's a really nice pickup. Only thing that's going to be a problem for them is the initiation coming in from LGD with the clock and the Doom. So that's why I do like the Shadow Demon pickup a lot from them. So
yeah, it's a very defensive pickup, which they really need against that kind of heavy initiation from LGD Gaming. So I do like that a lot, like you mentioned. So, but it feels like Tongfu is going for a bit of an older draft, whereas LGD Gaming is kind of like the Doom has been something they've been trying a lot. Plus, Clockwork and Rubik are heroes that have been around for a while, but have seen a lot of play recently. And then the Weaver again, he's seen a lot of play, and he even could go mid theoretically, but I don't see that happening in this matchup because he probably should be that carry role, which we've seen so often. There's going to be a couple of bans now. It is going to be the Darkseer, and one more to go for Tongfu. So far, the draft is looking good for both teams. The burst damage is there for Tongfu, but for LGD, I think that...
LGD's turn to pick.
See? Like, we talked about it. It's respect,
they were ready for it.
Yeah.
It would be really good here, too, I think. As long as they don't lose the tri-lane. Because I think they're actually going to go tri-lane this time, too.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it. Unless... Obviously, they still need an off-lane hero, or they need a safe lane hero that can just 1v1 against the Clockwork, which could be Lifestealer too. So,
yeah, absolutely.
5 seconds.
What do you think LGD is going to get? It's either a mid or support.
It's got to be a support. I feel like because you mentioned Doom mid. Yeah. I think that should be what they do, and they could even switch it around and have Doom off-lane, which Yao 8 has done before, and then Yao mid Clockwork, which I think would work really well.
The Doom Radiant Dire side isn't really as good.
They go for the Bane.
There's the Bane.
So that's the support.
I'm right for once.
You're so happy. Look at the Slardar coming out, though.
Yeah, they're playing really aggressive. They're going to have Lifestealer bottom, Storm mid, and aggressive try. But that's good. I'm glad LGD don't play greedy, silly. But as I was saying with the Doom, though, like Doom off lane on Radiant side is way better because you get that pool and you get that easy access to that creep to eat. Whereas the Dire, you don't have easy access to the enemy jungle.
Yeah, we saw that actually a lot in the last game for Xiao Wei. We talked about that Satyr Hellcaller coming into effect for Xiao Wei with the Devour. That helped him a lot early
Yeah, he
on.
almost lived from that gank, but the body blocks.
Yeah, they were very strong from Zhou and the rest of Tongfu in that top lane. However, Xiao Wei is going to play the Doom again. It just is a question of where they lane everything. And Yao could go in that off lane clockwork once more, like we saw earlier in the first game. But still, the game is going to go ahead and get started. We are going to jump into the game. It's Game 3, potentially the last game of the series. And, well, Tongfu, they're on the ropes right now. They're down 2-0 in a best-of-5 series. Of course, winner moves on to face Invictus Gaming, I believe. And so they got to get it together here a little bit. So, on the side of Tongfu, ZSMJ, he'll be on the Lina with that, of course, Fiery Soul, the Arcana set, if you will. Zhou is going to be on the Slardar. We'll have Mu on the Storm Spirit, Kabu on the Lifestealer, and to round it all out, San Shang on the Shadow Demon. And Ryu, go ahead and do LGD.
We got DDC on the Bane, Rabbit on the Weaver, Xiao Wei on the Doom, and DD on the Rubik, and last but not least, Yao on the Clockwork.
He's actually going mid lane right now, and this is kind of a mid build. He's got that Gauntlets of Strength, which he'll probably build into a Bracer eventually, and the Tango Pool, Salve, and 2 GG branches. So
each team is predicting trying to predict the lanes heavily. So right now, they think Tongfu thinks that it's the Doom mid. That's why they're putting the Slardar there, and then they think the Clockwork's bottom, so that's why they're putting the Storm there. So it's actually going to be really good for Weaver here. Actually, no, it's not going to be. It's actually been really bad because these supports are actually going to stay bottom. So
yeah, but he should still live unless he gets caught way out of position. Well, I guess it all depends on the disruptor. He's lucky enough to pick up a haste rune at the 4-second mark here, so he's actually going to roam up mid.
Yeah, that ward scouted it out, so now Doom can just jungle and he's just going to go. That's actually a pretty good. It's a lucky rune. Because now he's not going to miss a CS.
So they're going to just sack that bottom lane for now, it looks like. It's just
dual lane mid.
This is something I haven't seen a whole lot of recently. Yeah, and the dual lane mid. This is very interesting coming out from both sides. I mean, you look at these lanes, it's ridiculous so far. Tongfu in the off lane with, of course, Kabu there. The dual lane mid is going to be maybe some kill potential. Yao shouldn't go down too easy because he has those cogs, so that means that if they try to go for a disruption, Zhao has to be in the right position to get that Slithering Crusher, or else cogs are going to come out, and Yao can just play defensively. If he senses a gank is coming, he's got to sit very far back, and you can see cogs are already going to go from Yao, so already just forced out there. And Sansheng is doing his job effectively so far, which means Zoe is going to get plenty of farm here in the mid lane. But I don't know, it's very interesting already as the game chugs along at 1 minute in.
Yeah, he didn't burn their mana though, so that's what you want to do every single time. But he's also CSing, so he's not going to have enough mana to do both burn mana and CS because can't just spam that. He's trying to get his fast bottle, and then once he gets that, he can start spamming them out of the lane more. They're going on him now.
Yeah, there's the disruption coming in. Slithering Crush on the right time. Soul Catcher, but it's only level 1 abilities. Really not enough damage there to be of use. So Yao survives, but they're just showing their potential. They're kind of flexing their muscles, saying, hey, we can do this to you in lane. You got to be careful. And Yao's like, all right, that's fine. I'll just keep CSing for now. So
yeah, this Lifestealer's not going to get anything though. So this is really good for LGD right now because their Doom's getting a lot of levels. He's level 3, while this Nyx is almost barely 2.
Yeah, but the sacked bottom lane, though, I mean, that's just going to be free farm for Mu, and that's something you kind of want to punish, and they really can't right now. They are roaming the Doom down bottom, so he is actually going to go off lane. Doom up against, I guess, the Storm Spirit. I don't think it's bad either way. I think Doom should be okay here. He's got plenty of tankiness and regen, so
yeah, he shouldn't be too unless the Shadow Demon roams over or he plays too aggressive like this and the Lina comes and stuns him. But he shouldn't die until level 6 realistically. He should get a magic one probably right here facing this Storm.
Yeah, the static remnants are going to be coming out, so that is something he'll need to pick up. He's got enough money to buy it from the side shop, but the lane's pushing in, so he can't really afford it now. He can't really just run out in front of them Top lane, you talked about the Lifestealer. He won't be getting much. He's got actually no last hits. He's level 2, so he's lucky that he even got that much experience. So we're going to see LGD look for a smoke gank, though, and this may be the beginnings of a nice fight mid. I mean, they've got a disruption from Sansheng, but is that going to be enough to really save anybody here?
They're going top.
Yeah, actually, they're going to wrap around the tower here. I'm incorrect. I thought they were going to go mid.
Yeah, they pushed the lane, and they don't want this Nyx to get
Radiant's
anything.
top
So
tower
it's
is
better
under
to
attack.
go on this than...
But he does have that rage, and so they're going to go. He's going to rage away right now. It's only a short duration. There's going to be the swarm as well. Telekinesis pushes him back. Brain sap as well. The right click should be there. Kabu trying to juke into the trees. Doesn't matter. Rabbit getting the kill in the end.
Yeah, that's way better to go top lane because you deny the Nyx, the EXP, and you kill him. You have a better chance of killing him, whereas middle lane you have Shadow Demon Disrupt. And it's better to do that because now this tower they've waste fortify and they got the kill.
Yeah, but at the same time though, I mean they're only really winning this lane. You think about mid lane, that should be going decisively in the way of Zhou, and you look at the last hits for the Clockwork, it shows that. And then down bottom, you know, Zhao 8, he's trying to farm, he's trying to do something, but the Storm is going to have, of course, the better advantage there because Zhao 8 did come from the jungle, so...
Yeah, all he needs is a 6 though, and then Storm Spirit actually becomes kind of useless. So he's level, I think he's doing really well for himself though, and he's gonna be fine. So, and the Clockwork just needs levels. He doesn't even need farm mid, and he's got 11 last hits. He's doing actually really well. So,
right.
the dual lane's not really shutting him down too much. They would need the Lina to really come over to kill him, which they're doing right now actually.
Yeah. You can see there is this smoke gank here. They're going to have to start with the Disruption, follow up with the Light Strike Array, and maybe even the Slithering Crush on top of that. So, Yao has got to be careful. He should see this coming, but he's probably going to get disrupted before it's too late. He may be even be able to Cogs. This is going to be a tough gank, and it's... We'll see how it goes for Sansheng. He's going to get spotted out. Cogs is going to go, no, not in time. He used his flare. There's a TP rotation. Now the Light Strike Array, but he can't get in for the Slithering Crush. That will save his life. Telekinesis didn't come in just yet, so TP rotations will make them stay back here, coming out from the side of DD. So well played again. You saw those Cogs just getting off for Yao right as the Light Strike Array hit.
What's up? Never mind.
You got me excited. Nothing going
He raged.
On there. Yeah.
He raged like you are.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I'm feeling.
Feeling fine. Feeling good.
Good.
Easy. Alright. Well, that was a good rotation by the Rubik, just to make sure, but like if the Lina just a little bit sooner, it's really hard to time exactly perfect, but if the Slaughter just reacted a little bit sooner when they had went in bottom lane.
Yeah, Zhao 8 in some trouble. Light Strike Array coming through as well as the Dragon Slave, but Scorched Earth is doing some work. The right clicks will be enough. No TP rotations, where there's actually a fight happening in the top rune spot. Zhou might get caught out of position here. The Cogs are going to go. Sansheng disrupts himself nicely. Oh, the telekinesis onto the high ground. Zhou should be dead. Maybe not Sansheng, though. Of course, Battery Assault is done. Flare can go and try to grab that kill, but it's only level 2. Somehow Zhou is still up there alive, taking the right clicks. He will fall in the end. It's a 1-for-1 trade as that kill did go down bottom for Xiao 8, dying. Still, killing Zhou is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's really good. And the Storm Spirit's out of mana, so they can't really kill him right now. And he's about to get his 6. So if he actually gets his 6 and the Storm's playing really aggressive, he's actually going to die here. So he's going to back off, though.
Xiao 8 is just trying to get to that level 6 for that Doom, like you mentioned. And well, Moo's going to say, no, we don't need to stay
Top
here.
Lane, they're going to...
TP rotation in from Zhou, but not trying to go on to Rabbit, who does level 3 Shikuchi right now. He actually does do the Slithering Crush, but not really that much damage. Slithering Crush is level 3, and that's actually... I feel like that didn't do that much to Rabbit at all.
Yeah, they're going to get this... They TP'd into, they have Bane and Clockwork here. They really want this tower. And they should be get it. Hopefully it won't get denied.
Swarm Telekinesis on Zhou. They want this tower. It might get denied. It's very low. You can see the right clicks are going to go for Zhou to go ahead and deny that tower nicely. And they can't get anything on the back end of it. So Tongfu with a nice play to make sure that tower doesn't go the way of LGD.
Yeah, Clockwork didn't really have a line of sight hook. He was really trying, but you just have it bottom lane though.
Yeah.
Rotation.
Doom's gonna go. Moo trying to initiate there. The Dragon Slave flies, but he should fall here. One more right click should do the job. It's gonna be Doom grabbing it with the Doom. It's really redundant to say, but out in the top lane, you can see Kabu getting chased down. His rage is done. Hook shot in now on Yao. There's the battery assault, the cogs, and that's going to be one dead life stealer. Turn him over. He's done, except that's what Lena says, so. Still, it's 2-for-0 trade, and LGD, we saw this a bit in the last game. They start out a little bit slow, but they find kills when they need to find them. When somebody's out of position, they punish it pretty badly, so.
Yeah, and they got the top tower, so they're doing really well, and I like what they're doing, obviously. Rubik's just staying top, getting levels. He should have his arcane boots soon with level 6 if they just keep him there. This starter might actually die. No.
You can't chase it. He turned on his sprint, even though, I mean, with that sprint, they could have chased him down. He takes that extra bit of damage, obviously, so.
There could always be the support, like the Shadow Demon there,
yeah.
So it's always wise to just back off.
That's the story of LGD's games so far tonight. It's just been, take what you can get, but don't take any more than that. Like, don't do anything too crazy. Don't over pursue. It's like, it's crazy to think how, you know, kind of not necessarily perfect, but just so like sound their game has been. Yeah, exactly.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Strategic movements. So, yeah, they're really wanting to deny this bottom tower and put pressure on this bottom lane. So, they're just making sure that they're gonna bring everybody for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. And Clockwork in the mid lane right now.
Incoming!
Looking for Zhou, looking to just throw a flare there. He's actually got his amplified damage right now. They're just farming up right now for the side of Tongfu, and Rabbit's down here in the bottom lane, trying to farm as well with Treads as well as that Ring of Aquila. Nothing too crazy there in terms of his items. And speaking of that, it's that Zhao 8 mech coming out again so early, and we saw it in both games.
Here comes middle lane, the Nyx bomb, Storm Spirit. They're probably gonna get this clock and try to make something.
I'm waiting for it. Yeah, this is going to have to be a big initiation. Zhao is there with the Doom ready to go. And there's a couple smoked. Ball lightning in. Yao going to get pulled right now. The Infest. Nice usage of that Nightmare. The Destruction does go. Yao's still very low, though. You can see he's taking a lot of damage. He'll fall first. What about the Doom? Can he do anything here? A lot of damage. Doom on Joe. He should fall here. Can they deny him in time? They won't. Dragon Slave. Now, Kabu's up in the air with the telekinesis, getting right-click down. 1-for-1 trade buyback coming in from Zhou. Kabu rages up. Light Strike Array misses. Shikuchi's away.
It's coming. South. No!
Dragon Slave moves back in. You can see the damage coming through. A 1-for-1 trade so far. 2-for-1 trade, excuse me. Actually, 2-for-2 considering the buyback came in from Zhou.
Okay. Did you see how Nyx died there?
No, I didn't.
You didn't? Okay, so he hit it twice, and then like he time lapsed, but the attack obviously registered after he time lapsed, so the extra attack came after that, and so the Nyx didn't know it was coming, but he had a salve, but he didn't know it was coming, so he died.
That's rough.
That was amazing to watch.
You were like freaking out about it. I had no idea what was going on. Sometimes in team fights, it's just like,
yeah,
you see different things. It's a battlefield out there, and what can I say? I'm trying my best, guys. Yeah, he's got his hook shot back up and ready to go. And with Zhou, he could try to fight and initiate on him. And it looks like they want to try to do something here. You can see LGD is kind of grouping up for now. DDC is here. They have a smoke up and ready to go. DD's actually going to ward here on the high ground just to make sure they have vision of the Roche pit. And they probably won't do an early Roche until they get in something like a medallion, which I don't think anybody has at this point in the game. Yeah, his farm is not the best. He still has that gauntlets of strength that he started out with, so his bracer will take some time to get to. The mech is very close to being done, however, and that's really the timing that LGD likes to fight in.
They're doing another smoke gank right here. Both teams are at their strongest right now. Both counter smoke gank.
Yeah, here we go. Fiend's Grip is going to go. As you can see, disruption in, but the hook shot coming in. On to 3. Ball lightning out. Light Strike Array. Yeah, trying to do some work. Battery Assault's being split. Another Light Strike Array coming on through. Moo, doomed up. He should die here as long as the Rabbit can get to him in time. Slithering Crush, very low as Zhou. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Buyback coming in. Sansheng's dead as well. Rabbit on the chase, looking for this life stealer. Kabu can infest if necessary, and should. Then they're not even chasing it because of that. They try to get out of there. More buybacks in. You can see long range ball lightning. Moo's got like no mana after this, but he gets it back up with some bottle charges. Yeah, very low, but falls down instead. And somehow with some buybacks, Tongfu is able to get back into this game very effectively with that last team fight.
Top tower is under attack.
That was amazing clockwork hook
Dire
in.
structures are
And then
fortified.
what was even more amazing is the Bane. The Bane's sleep negated
Radiant's
so
top
much on the
tower is under
clockwork,
attack.
and he survived
Where's
like
the
all
party?
3 of those 4 heroes because they lost aggro of him. Like they had change. But
It was pretty great. I gotta say
Radiant's
that
top
hook
tower
shot
is
was
under attack.
outstanding, but it's sad that LGD couldn't get more off of that. But on the flip side, Tongfu are feeling maybe a little bit inspired after that engagement because of, Mu buying back is, he got something done with it. So I guess it pays off in its own right.
Radiant structures are fortified.
However, they are playing a little bit of a base defense here, and now there's an initiation from Yao, and ZSMJ falls very quickly. Now, everyone's low on Tongfu. Mu's trying to fight. Sansheng's low. He's got the swarm on him. Time-lapse coming through. Yao trying to do some fighting as well. And just too many heroes falling down. Mech is up. Now they're looking. Telekinesis is up on, of course, the Lifestealer. He's running away. He's got Rage. Infest is up in 20 seconds. Light Strike Array goes again. The Rubik stole it. Doesn't matter, though. And Rabbit grabbing another kill. He's on a killing spree, so they turn it around once again after maybe losing a fight there a bit. LGD, they don't miss a beat, they get right back into it.
yeah, that was actually an amazing time lapse by the Weaver. He might have actually died to the Slardar crush if he didn't, but it was good. And then obviously the clockwork hook again. It's just the initiation is too much, and the supports are way too squishy on the Shadow Demon Lina. If you just catch one of them, they're automatically dead. So that was a good bait by the Weaver going in there, making them all go up and clump up, trying to kill him. So
Lightning, Infest out. This might be the fight Tongfu needs. Look how everyone low is. They're just going to fall instantly. ZSMJ with the double coming through. Laguna Blade on Yao. He'll fall next. But the buybacks, they keep on coming. They want to fight right now. Can they is the question. Rabbit's being aggressive. Everyone's over here. DDC, DD, and Xiao, they're ready to go. They have that Doom available. That buyback. They got to do something with this, and right now they want to keep pushing, but they've only got 4 compared to all 5 for Tongfu. Some ultimates are done, and that's why they're pushing now. They don't have to deal with those ultimates. They're going to keep looking for an initiation, the ensnare on Kabu, with no follow-up. They want the tier 1 tower, and that's pretty much it seems. They'll back off now, realizing they can't do much else, and man, it's back and forth we go.
yeah, they have a really big lead though, like 5,000 gold, because and that means that they have the items, so they really want to keep fighting. I don't blame them for buying back, but they didn't get anything out of it because their clockwork was dead, so they didn't have any initiation really, and the Bane ulti's still down, so
they're gonna go right back to this tier 1 tower. That's the well they want to take down first. And first and foremost here, the Shadow Poison, Open Wounds, Slithering Crush. He gets Nightmared again. Defensive Nightmare, Telekinesis. Oh, big cogs. Look how far everyone's in. Battery Salt's going. Disruption. Getting out is the Storm Spirit. Laguna Blade was already used. Now, we see Time-Lapse out. Ball Lightning was stolen. He's going to try to get out of there as well. Gets up to the low ground now. There's 2 down on the side of the Radiant. Only 1 on the Dire. Did he get his Doom off? It looks like no. You can see Rabbit, Light Strike Ray, the pull's on him. A Nightmare again, but he's still very low. No time-lapse left for him, but Mu should fall down and will. Now, you can see that's going to be the Weaver going down to the Urn Charge. Kabu, Battery Assault, the right clicks, Infest inside of ZSMJ. Do they have anything to take him down? It looks like no. They are pretty much out of gas here. Yao will back his way out of there and say, all right, that's it. We're done here. And they could have gotten a little bit more on LGD, but still a good fight for them.
Snipe.
Oh, Rage.
I don't think it would have been enough.
No, yeah, he was at like 140 some odd, health. Actually,
it would have been close.
Yeah, it would have been close considering resistances, what have you, but
he's trying for it again, but it's not gonna work.
No, I don't think so. He's too high health now, and even if he hits this, he didn't.
One problem is that the Storm Spirit keeps dying, and you realize he has no item progression right now, and he's supposed to be their item progression. Like he is supposed to be their carry. So, even if these trades are coming, it's coming at a big toll. You don't want your Storm Spirit to be shut down this hard. So.
It's a lot like what happened in the first game with the Templar Assassin of Mu's, and he was stuck at that item progression. He had a BKB and like a Yasha, and obviously it's a little bit, earlier than that game, but like he gets stuck a couple of times, and it's because he fights so often. He tries to help his team out.
Mid lane.
Yeah, Disruption's going to come in defensively onto ZSMJ. You could see Yao. He's got that Soul Catcher on him. And Xiao, he throws the Ensnare up. The spell was stolen. I'm not sure what. Fiend's Grip on Xiao. Or Zhou, excuse me. Now hook shot in, right onto San Sheng. Meanwhile, Zhou absolutely gets obliterated. Doom on the lifestealer. San Sheng living, but not for long. ZSMJ's here, he gets brain stepped. He still has that Laguna Blade, that nuke ready to go when necessary. May use it, may even throw it up here on Rabbit. Trying to go on Kabu. The Doom is done. They want this tier 1 tower. They've tried to get it for so long. They're actually looking for this Weaver. Can they get this kill? Open Wounds is ready and available. Time-lapse. Gonna go right behind him. Look at Rabbit traveling the distance. Back to his team. Back to safety as well. And just like that, LGD are back in the driver's seat, it seems.
And how long was that? Was that like 5-minute siege of the tier 1?
It really was.
That was really nice. There was a lot of good plays there in the last team fight. The one before this one, but that was a great hook after the that was a great Fiend's Grip after the Shadow Demon had disrupted, so they had nothing for it. So the Slardar went down and then the hook shot on the Shadow Demon, perfect. So they were able to just heal up too after with the Doom mech. So, nice fight going to the LGD, finally claiming the tower.
And it just seems like no matter how many fights Tongfu is involved in, they're either trading. They're either trading, they're either trading or they're just giving up kills to LGD. So it seems like LGD is generally getting the better of Tongfu, but you know they're still in this one. They've got Storm Spirit, they're ready to go again. And then the Infest is really what's gonna be, I think, the damage that they need to really take, you know, a couple of fights. I mean, ZSMJ's hit a lot of great Light Strike Arrays and a lot of great Dragon Slaves. Zhou's done okay. Zhou's not farming super effectively. I mean, he's got a Vitality Booster. If he goes for a Vanguard now, I'd be very surprised because it is quite late.
This is not looking good. Oh.
Tower gets gone. Here we go, though. Zhou trying to fight. Fiend's Grip, though. He can't do much. Nice disruption. Fade Bolt got him low enough. He should fall here in just a moment. Zhou gets, of course, that Light Strike Array on him. Excuse me. Fights happening elsewhere. I'm just trying to rack my brain on what's going on, as there's fights pretty much all over the place, but it's 3 down now for the side of Tongfu, and that means probably Roshan going out for LGD.
Yeah, that was just playing a little bit too greedy there when they're really far behind. They just had to make something happen on the ramp by trying to get a tower because they lost all the map control. They were down 3 towers, and they really wanted it. But I thought it was going to cost them because the Weaver was like blocking the Clockwork from hooking, but they still managed to get in there and sleep Lena and get pick-offs. So it was nicely well played once again by LGD.
It's just another scenario where they run in. They almost got the deny on the tower too, I believe. I think it went down to Mu getting it, but they run in. They catch a couple of heroes out of position. Zhou wants to initiate. He can't do it quite on time, and unfortunately gets Fiends because of it. So it's a bad scenario for them right now. I mean, they're down by a bit, and it keeps dropping here, close to 7,500. In fact, it is, and almost 10,000 pretty soon as this tower goes down, and the experience is a similar story. So once again, Tongfu are running out of time to make something happen, and they don't have a team that really you can rely on late. I mean, especially with the farm that the Lifestealer's gotten. Kabu's only sitting on Phase Drum, which isn't bad, but you compare it to what we've seen previously from Rabbit. He's had like an Armlet at this time. Even like a Basher or something, so you know the items just quite aren't there for Tongfu, and that's just a byproduct of them losing all of these fights, these initiations, and they're looking for something mid, but I'd be surprised if they can, you know, get a couple of clean pickoffs without losing anybody here, just because of how this game has gone for them.
Yeah, they have the tier 1 up still, and they have TPs ready for this, and they were baiting the Doom out. They had the hook and the sleep. These sleeps this game have been like the most impressive thing I've seen, actually. Like I've never seen a Bane play so well, actually, but he's been really impressing me. So
DDC, I think it was DDC in the first, Yao in the second. I think it's DDC in this one right now. As of right now, just the Nightmares have been on point. Really, just all of LGD. Not to, you know, say Tongfu have been doing poorly. They're just not getting as much off the map as LGD is, and that's, you know, pretty clear. You can see that they're taking towers. They're fighting very effectively. Hookshot, I think, missed. Ball Lightning going in. Doom nightmared up again, but is going to fall soon. No, Mech saves his life. Now you can see the Fiend's Grip and the Doom going out on Mu. Laguna Blade not taking the Doom down. He is still alive. It's buybacks everywhere once again. Just pure mayhem. Time lapse out, avoiding a lot of the damage. The Slithering Crush doing some work. Slaughter trying to get in, but the cogs are blocking him out. Kabu's going to fall next. That's going to be a double kill for Rabbit. The buybacks are here, and there are plenty, but will it be enough? No one's died yet on LGD. They're all so low. Moo is back and alive. If he goes down, he's down for 53 seconds. Joe in trouble. They tap out. They say, GG, that's enough. We've had it. We can't take any more of this. LGD have put on the pressure so damn effectively. They've taken almost every fight in every game of this series, and they go ahead and 3-0 Tongfu. Ryu, what a series.
What a series. I bet you're happy now. Now you get to go meet your pillow.
Happy?
Say hi.
I love watching these games. These games have been some of the most impressive Dota I've seen
it really
from a
is.
team.
These individual plays, like I was really amazed today. I'm really actually happy that I casted these games and I got to watch them.
Yeah,
but
so
it was really
good.
nice.
Yeah, really good stuff. And you know, that'll be it for us tonight. But like we said, just really impressive play coming out from LGD. I look forward to seeing them up against Invictus Gaming. I believe it is Invictus Gaming. I really hope I'm right. I was checking that earlier. So just two strong teams, you know, two Goliaths realistically, and the same for VG versus DK. That'll be an excellent matchup as well. So that'll do it for us here tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching us. Obviously, we had some technical issues a little bit earlier, and you know, I know you guys are clamoring for LD and Gods and all of them. They'll be back soon. Don't worry. They're just moving some things, obviously, getting set in a new area, and obviously that it's a little bit rough to cast. And obviously, Gods is in Australia, where can't really cast from there, sadly. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed our casting while we were here, while we were standing in for them, and hopefully can cast more for you guys in the near future. Obviously, you know, big shout-outs to BTS for having us here. And Ryu, where can they find you, and any shout-outs before we head out of here?
So I shouted out myself last game. I'll shout out you this game. Go to hashtag MockNips, guys, at MockDota2, at Reward Z Dota. Check us out. I play NEL. He casts NEL. We just like playing Dota and casting Dota.
That's right. That's pretty. That sums up like my life in a nutshell. It's just like I like playing and watching Dota. That's pretty much it. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mont. If you enjoyed the cast, you can follow me at twitter.com/MontDota2. And like you mentioned, we do cast the NEL and watch the NEL, which you can check out at twitch.tv/NeoDota. Obviously, follow Beyond the Summit here at twitch.tv/BeyondTheSummit. If you're not, what are you doing with your life? You should be following them. Expect more great stuff from them in the future. I know that they have, of course, Starletter happening pretty much daily with Ziori. I cast with Shivers from time to time on Shivers' channel for Starletter, twitch.tv/ShiverGaming as well. And with that being said, that'll be it. We'll roll the nice little video here before we head out, and take it easy, guys. Have a good night.